hello there. It's 4:35 p.m. on Saturday, the 25th of April, and I am in Howey in the Hills, Florida. I'm here with a very special guest. Sometimes, oh my God, can you turn that up a little bit? Sometimes you got to give the shout out, and sometimes the shout out comes to you. And so, most of the time I have to say shout out to my dad, shout out to my mom, shout out to other people who are meaningful. But today I'm actually joined by a very special guest. His name is, I call him Dad, but he actually goes by David Pereiro. So, hey Dad.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great, I'm just glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and that I'm here, and that we're here.
Great.
That's great. It just started to rain a little bit, which is great because I just got back from a bike ride, which was a good time. We're, like I said, in Florida, but somehow I managed to find a hill that was 9% grade, which is kind of ridiculous because that really is getting into the territory of, the hills out in Raven Gap, if you know what I'm saying. And I think that you do. Florida, having a 9% grade hill in Florida is like, what is that like? Well, it's like going to a Ford dealership and seeing a Chevy in the showroom. You know what I'm saying? Just doesn't feel right. Something that's not supposed to be there. But yeah, somehow I found it and had an awesome ride. It was a lot of fun. It was relatively flat other than those specific hills. It was 500 feet of elevation gain, or elevation, depending on your pronunciation, over 20 miles. And now I'm back here with my dad and we're chilling, and you don't have to say anything, but if you were to say something, it would go a little something like this.
I'm glad to be here. Did I say that already?
You did. I feel like I'm at like some kind of retreat for people with bad memories.
Alzheimer,
An Alzheimer and Oats, Hall and Oats. But yeah, we're just chilling. I personally think that this is the best weather that one could hope for in a day that would otherwise be in the upper 80s in Central Florida. What do you think?
I agree.
Nice. Well, I mean, he's a man of few words.
We're northwest of Orlando.
Yeah.
Where Howey in the Hills is.
By about 50-ish miles. Maybe 30. Depends.
83 in rain currently.
Phew. I can confirm. It's very humid. It's not sunny, which is like my favorite thing in the world. That ride that I just did would have been so much different, so much more differenter if I had had to bike when the sun was just at peak misery, But my dad and I have went so far about 620-ish miles to get to here. And we've been living the dream, listening to smooth jazz and talking about AI and making little inside jokes about traffic patterns and vehicle types and parking spaces and whether or not someone made a good decision while they were driving or whether or not they're obviously a very bad person and their driving is the perfect metric to determine that with. Also, I've learned a lot about how to maintain and or change my speed that I'm going. Shout out to my friend Ben. I think, Ben, if you're listening, which I know you're not, roasted, you would probably be right at home with my dad's,
Speed up.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in driver's ed.
Speed limit's 45.
I'm 36 years old. I took driver's ed when I was 14. And it feels like all of that practice has been for nothing.
Turning 1.3 miles.
I've literally been driving for 22 years, and
First time you've ever driven me.
That's not even true.
So like second time.
I still don't think that's even true.
I think it is.
Like a meaningful distance is what you're kind of saying?
This is the most meaningful distance ever.
It's been very meaningful.
The only thing you've ever driven was from Franklin, North Carolina to Raven Gap, Georgia.
With you?
Yeah, in Mom's car. I was in the back seat.
Is that because your arm was broken?
No. Well, maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know why you would be in the back seat of Mom's car going to Franklin.
You were going to go the back way and show us your bike route.
That must have been a million years ago.
No, 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Huh. I don't... it sounds plausible, but why? Why? I don't even know. But yeah, we've been living the dream. We stayed at my uncle's house last night, had a rip-roaring good time.
In Tallahassee.
In Tallahassee. Shout out to Len. What's up, Len? Shout out to Julie, too. You know what I'm saying? And Julie, she needs more shout-outs. We stayed there after a, harrowing 8-hour trip or something like that. Moving time. No, total time. Went to an awesome brewery. Shot the shoot. Got a little tour of the area. My uncle went off-roading in a non-off-roading electric vehicle, which was fun. We did a lot of trespassing, which always, touches my heart, special spot of my heart. And, just been cruising for a bruising, really. We're here because my dad is having a fraternity reunion. What number year is it?
Gosh.
You graduated in 82?
Yeah.
So, is that where you
It's
started?
over 30 years. We've been doing this over 30 years. I've been participating 20 probably plus years.
And now you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
But graduated in 82, so 44 years ago when I graduated.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's crazy. If you had children sooner, I could have been 44 years old. I mean, I wouldn't be here, but someone might have been. That whole thing about the Richard Dawkins. I'm just going to call it the Dawkins paradox, but I've talked about this before, but it's fun to think about. But there are more genetic possibilities for a human being to be born with than there are possible human beings that can be born, basically. There's like trillions of genetic combinations with sexual reproduction. And so most people who could exist will never exist. So if you had some child in 82, it would not be me. 100% guaranteed.
Oh.
Even a day after I was conceived of, it would have been a completely different dude. And there'd be no one here to give shout outs or to talk about their dudes, which is kind of wild if you think about it. The Dawkins paradox. But yeah, what of note shall we discuss? I mean,
we're on the third floor of the hotel overlooking the 9th green.
don't give them any information that can let them find us.
No, never mind.
I'll post this live.
Sitting on the porch.
Yep.
Green porch.
What my dad is doing right now is actually a very, very effective tool against panic attacks. You basically just describe what's in front of you to ground yourself back in reality. So I don't know if you're doing that on purpose, but I feel a lot more calm now. Keep talking about what's right here.
Beautiful old oak tree with Spanish moss draping from it.
Mm-hmm.
A nice
Palm
tree in front of us that needs to be trimmed.
It looks like it has ferns
But
growing
it has
out of
ferns growing up in
Yeah.
its stalk, in its trunk.
Parasitic, perhaps.
Yes.
This is the 9th hole.
This is the 9th hole. This is where they tee off for the 9th hole.
Where's the number? How do you know?
On the other side of that white page.
Oh, I can't see
I
it.
cheated. No,
Oh.
You can't see it.
I see. Oh, I don't see.
Correct.
But yeah, man, it's pretty nice. It doesn't feel so much like Florida necessarily with all of these trees. This feels a little bit more like, it feels more like southern Georgia than like southern Florida, I guess. I don't know. How far were we? 30 miles away from the Gulf earlier today at a straight line?
Yes.
So it's great. I love Florida. I think it's actually the best state in the union. And conversely, respectfully, I think that California is the worst state in the union, even though I'm going back. In Florida, it feels like everything is possible. In California, there's like 900 pages of documentations to tell you exactly why everything is not possible. And, it's just watching the wilderness, how America was won, the men who made America. It's like, obviously there were like a lot of different stakes back then for survival with Native Americans and illness in general and dying from a lack of salt. But Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You were definitely not paying attention.
I am too.
Uh-huh.
Talking about,
This is how our car ride has been. I've been talking about some cool stuff that I think my dad might be interested
the
in.
American frontier.
And then my dad will be like on his phone looking at Facebook, and I'll be like, "Are you serious? Do you even listen to my podcast? Don't you know how bad that is for you?" You heard one of them.
Yeah.
I hope it was the one about Facebook. There's a wasp on the inside of the tent.
Let me have that thing on squishing.
No, just leave him alone.
Well, you're gonna be out here with him.
And he won't bop. No, he won't. They don't just like walk around stinging people. I don't even know how he got in here.
He's looking at me.
He's probably got like 12 million eyes. He's probably looking at everybody. I don't even know.
Came in through here.
You came in through the hotel?
Maybe.
Could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be sleeping on this little porch tonight, and I'm excited about it.
You gonna take a picture and post it later?
Something. Is that thunder or is that a vehicle? What is that? You feel that?
Yeah.
That's
Vibratory compactor.
it could be a T-Rex.
It could be an earthquake.
It's got
The
a,
resonance is wrong.
yeah, it's got a
It's
mechanical.
from construction across the way. I am gonna smash that bug.
You really shouldn't.
Okay.
I mean-
Mosquitoes
Yeah, they eat mosquitoes.
and blacks and rattlesnakes.
Yeah, they eat everything. They're like goats.
Okay.
I mean, there's no point to kill something like that.
Okay.
All right, I'm glad we agree.
That's the subject.
All right, let's talk about how many things we're going to give life to.
What does that mean?
Just the opposite of killing something.
Oh.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is your 7.5 minutes of fame. Upwards of 12 people might hear this.
11 because I'm
That's
part
true.
of it.
Yeah, but you might listen.
I might.
It's a nice self-satisfying sensation to
Yes.
hear your own voice.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, what? You're 66 years old.
67 in June.
Yes, June 1st. Not to give too much information away, although you
True.
can send me Venmos for his birthday. It's my Venmo is I have a badass dad 4. So you can find it on Facebook probably. But yeah. Oh, I think he went out.
Wow.
There must
I
be a
just
hole.
saw it.
Oh, no, he's still there.
Okay.
The bugs look pretty similar. But I bet they feel pretty unique amongst one another, Just wouldn't recommend doing anything to that dude. It's not worth it.
Yeah, why? It wouldn't hurt me.
That's not a good justification.
Where you go? You go.
I don't want to tell you. Gonna hurt your neck. Gonna have to get Missy Elliott in here to fix your neck. Big deck, stick it in and reverse it, Bignorn chicka chicka yin yin. Yeah, well, I mean, shoot. Anything else?
Dinner's at 7:30.
Is it at the
Yeah.
same restaurant that we were at?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Sounds
I'm
confident.
not sure.
Yeah, all right. Well, sounds like I should definitely not follow you.
I'm
to
going to
wherever
look
you-
it up right now. Please continue to speak.
Thank you. Well, did I make any notes? I feel like I'd made some kind of a note from the bike ride.
Did you already say you saw a alligator?
I can't remember. But I did see an alligator. That was cool. I think I did because I was talking about that hill, but I might have gotten
Yeah.
distracted. But yeah, I was never in a fraternity or any kind of
Oh.
college club. I was in the cycling club, I guess, for a little bit, but that was anything it was nothing like a fraternity, I would imagine. I don't think I ever drank a beer with any of those dudes. And,
Thank goodness.
well, I mean, honestly, I probably would have liked them more if we did. But I can't remember. God, how old would I have been? I might have just barely been old enough to drink, or maybe not. I don't remember how old I was when I was in that club. That was crazy. That was like the worst thing ever. I've talked about it before, but it was the thing that completely destroyed my love of biking. Like having to go really fast for no reason, and then having people tell me that it could be better. I'm just like, dude, do you even know why I'm out here? Because biking is fun, and that's exactly where it starts and stops. But, no accounting for taste.
We are going to be in the same area that we ate lunch.
Nice.
Private bar and buffet set up.
Buffet?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's...
And an open bar from 7:30 to 9:30.
Well,
Oops.
the night is young.
But you're not... We have to initiate you before you come in the room.
What do you guys do for that?
Run the Gauntlet.
I've heard about that. In
Daniel Boone.
Tecumseh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the KA's version of the Gauntlet?
I can't tell you.
I
Very
just have to-
similar. Very similar.
You guys have tomahawks and knives, and I have to run through and
Yeah.
make it to the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder
I think it'll
who.
be good.
I wonder who actually documented what happened to Daniel Boone, other than Daniel Boone, for the things like when he was kidnapped and then he did have to do the Gauntlet. He's the only one who could have talked about
Right.
that. So maybe that didn't happen exactly like that.
No, it probably did. He probably came back and told it to his scribe.
Like Joseph Smith.
No, much like how the Bible was written.
Well, that's how the Mormon Bible was written.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joseph Smith. I think he was illiterate.
Really?
So he actually spoke the Book of Mormon to another person who wrote it down for
A
him.
monk.
It was a woman.
A woman monk.
A woman monk. A monkess.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I have to run the gauntlet. I can't...
You'll probably be okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that a bunch of 60-year-old dudes would have that much of an impact on me. If I become less than enthused by y'all's efforts, I could always turn the tables real quick.
No, you're a welcome guest.
Aw. Card-carrying assassin.
Some of this.
Is that a loon?
No, it's a
Parrot?
A heron.
A parrot? A heron.
Heron.
Gross. They sound terrible.
That's their mating call.
Well, I'm not so aroused. I guess that's a good thing. It's hard to believe that those things can even make sounds at all.
Look,
That's a heron right there.
sure is.
And those were probably pretty similar to the dinosaur sounds that preceded them.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I got to give a shout out to Michael Crichton. Jurassic Park is an amazing book. The movie is great too. Spielberg definitely delivers. But when it comes to actual, fascinating science, he really puts the science in science fiction, Michael Crichton, Trained doctor, MD. He actually went to Harvard, if you can believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was easier to get in back then.
I doubt it.
Well, the competition was certainly lower. I mean, you have a huge influx of people from different countries who go to the Ivy League schools these days, And I feel like back in the day, I could be way wrong, but I feel like people actually read your application. I've always, for years, I felt like no one reads anything. I could be wrong, but I just don't think humans are really involved in that process anymore. I think
Is this podcast worthy?
as much as anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think there's software that will tell you which candidate you should review and interview, but not necessarily a big part of the process is a human putting eyes on the thing that you're submitting about yourself. But back in the day, I feel like people did read it because that you had to, and so you could make a case even if you were a dumbass like myself as to why Harvard was the right school for you, and you might get in. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Connections are also important. I think he had some of those as well.
Correct. Neighbors.
Nosy neighbors.
I don't think so.
Noisy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's it. I didn't have any other stories that I can tell in front of my dad.
I can go in and take a nap.
Well, don't have all the fun without me.
Yeah.
A nap at 5 p.m.?
Well, do get ready for the evening.
That seems like that's gonna kill your buzz, kill your vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a nap, I mean, does that work? Will you feel rejuvenated?
No, I'm just saying rest. I'll rest for a minute.
Yeah.
Just take a little rest.
Taking a little rest. Well, shoot.
All right. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, my boy.
Oh, wow, thank you. I've never had that happen before. And with that, shout out to my parents. Love you, bye.